Bodybuilder versus mobster? Who wins? Let's talk about that today when we look into Love Lies Bleeding. Welcome to Movie Review from Box Office. I'm your host, William Woody. Now, the title is one of those ambiguous ones where you're not sure which words are nouns and which are verbs, and it changes the context here or there depending on what decisions you make. Surprisingly, this movie, or a movie of this title, has been made before, in 2008. To my knowledge, it has no connection to this one. This is set in the 1980s. We can see that by the absence of cell phones, things of that nature. It focuses on Kristen Stewart, lovely as ever, but sporting a haircut, a mullet, not the most appealing. How she felt about it as she sported it, but I hope she was paid well. She runs a gym where she meets Jackie, played by Katy O'Brian. My goodness, Jackie is an appropriate name because girl is jacked. She is training for a bodybuilding competition in Las Vegas. Lou and Jackie strike up a romance. Lou gets Jackie some steroids to help her in her quest. Slowly but surely, we learn that Lou Sr., played by Ed Harris, is a mobster or has some ties to organized crime. We meet Kristen Stewart-Lou's half-sister, Beth, played by Jenna Malone, and her abusive husband, JJ, played by Dave Franco. As the praying mantises are thrown into a jar and shaken, we get to an Earl had to die moment. And in a bit of roid rage, Jackie kills Dave Franco, and that is sort of the point of no return. We've got to deal with the fallout of that. Witnesses, police, FBI agents, all of that until we reach our conclusion. One thing that was very fascinating to me about this movie was that it centers on a lesbian couple, but I wouldn't say it's about same-sex attraction. It stays entirely anecdotal, zooming past any socio-political call to action messaging, focuses entirely on the lives of its desperate characters. These are people that are in terrible pain. Kristen Stewart's Lou, in particular, is clearly running from things and suppressing things and trying to forget things. And there's pathos in her performance. And Katy O'Brian's Jackie that is just excellent. It's very, very gripping. And I really was just captivated by this film because it is so committed to its characters. There's never a false note in terms of the writer wanting something that a character would not want. It feels like it was just set up. These characters have these desires, and we're going to watch how they play out. There are a couple of plot utility characters, but they are given their time on screen and they're developed well, and there's no odor of contrivance with any of them, and I deeply admire the film for taking the time to develop all of this and do all this. It was very deeply enjoyable. Best I can gather, the themes of this movie deal with escapism, using unsustainable distractions as a way to ignore reality. We see that Lou trying to escape into her romance with Jackie using steroids and increasingly losing control of her emotions as she prepares for this bodybuilding competition that is clearly destroying her. We see that Ed Harris's character is remaining in this life of crime, no matter what it's done to his family and his life. He sold his soul long ago, but he has some scruples still. He still cares, but it's sort of like a kindly devil in that he's already crossed a line, and it's very sad. Anyway, escapism is my guess as to what I would say it's about anyway. I really enjoyed it up until the whiplash I felt during the film's rather surreal solution and climax moment. Something very goofy happens from a trick photography perspective, and there had been some setups for it. Jackie flexing and her muscles kind of growing, stuff happening earlier that set up for what happened, but I just kind of came out of, so that's the way we're gonna play it. And ultimately, had it shown what really happened rather than the surrealist interpretation, I don't know that the outcome would have been much different, but what it was going for, I feel like it was Deus Ex Machina at worst, and just pretty odd at best. I suspect I am not the only person that is going to be kind of polarized by that moment. I think that's going to lose some of the viewers there. I don't know. In any case, I couldn't take my eyes off this movie. I was very captivated by it. I don't know if I would want to see it again. So that's my take. Take it or leave it.